potent stimulos, and how to use repeat image collection in this brilliant event. Yes, it's time to deep dive into 1 year later, part 2. Welcome magical people to Zealman's Wizarding World, your Wizarding Night channel with a suburban twist. Here we take a deep dive into 1 year later part 2, learn why you need to use Dawdle Draft, potent and basic stimulos for this event, and also learn why Ron and Harry from part 1 are still valuable. Okay, to the basics, this event starts today at 7 PM British Summer Time, which is 6 PM UTC, add 5 to 7 hours if you're in the United States, and again this will last for 1 week. The rewards are up to 15 restricted section books, 6 spell books, 50 gold, spell energy, strong invigoration draft, potent stimulo potion, dark detector, 3 silver keys, witch sharpening potion, 10 spell energy capacity, and 10 potions capacity. So how this one works? Well, we have boosted foundables along with our brilliant foundables. Those boosted foundables are Daily Prophet Newsstand, which I probably don't need, Bogward, which I don't need, the Flock of Interdepartmental Memos, which I don't need, Mad Eye Moody, which I do need, the Tank of Brains, which I do need, and the Ministry Employee Newt Scamander, which I think I need. Now, of course, these are in the order of rarity, which probably means they're going to be the order of the rate they spawn, so everything you need is going to be behind 1,000 Daily Prophet stands, probably. So they say that the Brains and Newt will be very, very rare. I think people are only seeing 1 or 2 of these very, very rare spawns in part 1. So hence the need for Dawdle Draft and potent stimulos, because when you see one, you're gonna wanna get it, right? You don't want to lose out. So definitely Dawdle Draft and potent stimulos for those very, very rare foundables, which are the Tank and Brains and the Ministry Newt Scamander. Also in this one, for the 5 portmanteau fragments, you also have the opportunity of using the portmanteaus or completing the bonus assignment, or both if you want to repeat image collection it. And for experienced players, the rest is pretty much the same. Complete the tasks, complete the registry by catching the wild foundables, using fortresses, and completing the tasks. So what do you do now? Well, probably not much by the time this video comes out, because it's going to come out again because details are only released on Monday night for me. So I've had to kind of do my research and get cracking. But if you're watching this video and you're not going to start the event right now, try freeing up 5 slots, so brilliant 1.5k port keys if you can use the port key route. Brewed Trace Tonic, a few potent stimulos, basic, and any basic stimulos for brilliant foundables. Obviously check what stocks you currently have. But I say definitely you should probably have like a ton of tonics, Trace Tonics, because of the event we just had, Community Day. So definitely concentrate on those potent stimulos, just a few, and a few Dawdle Drafts as well. Okay, so now here's the battery and the light. Hopefully things are relatively normal. So where were we? Right. Also, either collect ingredients for or brew 3 healing potions in advance, ready for collections. That's 3 wormwood, 9 boobatubus, 6 Ditney, and 3 dragon liver. That's if you're going to collect it for brewing later. Brilliant bundles. We have a free store pack. Ingredients of 1 tonic for trace detection, essentially. So that's 6 brain brie, 4 Bulbadox juice, 4 Angel's Trumpet, and 2 Rumpenhorns. And then 6 snowdrops, which are always very useful, and 50 spell energy. There are also bundles, of course, for a cost. So the SOS bundle for 430 gold. If you don't need any spell energy, then it's not worth it. The brilliant bundle for 765 gold. If you have access to these ingredients, which are not rare in this case, then it's not worth it. It's actually cheaper to brew them and rush them in the cauldron if you need them straight away. And a bonus bundle for 2,000 gold, and the same basically applies here to the above, where the potion ingredients are a little more rare. Of course, if you find you're stuck for time and stuff like that, then it may be worth plundering the gold if you have it to spare, or to support the game. Though given the current amount of money people have lost through the game, that's probably not going to happen. So the foundables, the wild ones. We have Senior Minister Hermione Granger, Minister for Magic Kingsley Shacklebolt, and for the task-based ones we have the Pile of Runestones, and a Registry Research Board, port key or bonus ones, depending which way you're going, the Calamity Incident Map, and the Wizarding Challenging ones, that is Junior Undersecretary Constance Pickering. So now we come down to the tasks. If you want to skip this section, jump to this time here. And then we're about to start right now. So set up task 1, pick up 3 ingredients or portmanteaus from the map earn 1 brilliant 1 year later runestone, return 7 brilliant Minister of Magic Kingsley Shacklebolt Fandables, which is quite cool. So it's a nice easy start there. We have 4 wild Fandables on the board though, the 2 from the previous part 1 event and the 2 from this event. We'll have to see what the balance is like to see just how many of those are Kingsley Shacklebolts. Set task 2. Use 2 brilliant 1 year later runestones. Collect 1 junior undersecretary Constance Pickering, and defeat 20 foes in wizarding challenges, coincidentally or related. So nice to see they haven't split up the challenge task this time, kind of. There's another set of challenge tasks coming, but at least they're 2 sets, not just spread out all over the place. So set up task 3, pick up 3 ingredients from the map, brew 3 healing potions, and return 10 brilliant Senior Minister Hermione Granger Fandables. So you know your playstyle by now, so try and time the brewing of your healing potions so all 3 of them are completed by the time you're ready to, or you're in set up task 3. You could brew them all in advance, but if you brew them all way before the event, then the problem is you're not brewing anything during set of tasks 1 and 2, and yeah, it's not an efficient use of time there. Hermione may also be a bit of a sticking point if she's particularly rare. We'll have to see again how that balance goes. Set task 4. Earn 600 Ministry of Magic Family XP. Use 5 potions in wizarding challenges. Use 3 Ministry of Magic runestones. So back on the bus. It's probably worth trying that wit sharpening potion you've been rewarded earlier. Remember that could be used on elite foes. It could be one of your 5. The rest you should have anyway, as we've brewed a few so far. You've got 3 healing potions and stuff like that. A good team doesn't need potions, but it can speed things up a little. Try not to use your potent extimilos if you're saving those for those very, very rare Fandables. But the witch sharpening potion helps a bit. You can kind of brew that without using your ingredients used for other things. So yeah, I tend to brew a few wit potions if these tasks turn up. It just makes it go a little quicker with the elites, and yeah, it doesn't use up ingredients I want for other potions. If you've never played Fortresses in a group before, please watch the video up here or look somewhere else for guides on how to Fortress play. Things with focus are very different to solo play, and yeah, if you don't really kind of follow the rules, then it kind of annoys people a little bit. So the bonus round, earn 10,000 Wizarding XP from Wizarding Challenges, so that might take a wee while. Return 30 brilliant Harry Potter, Ron or Hermione Fandables, and then return 15 brilliant Minister of Magic Kingsley Shacklebolt Fandables. So they kind of separated Kingsley out. You need more of him technically than the others, so we'll see how the balance goes on that one. Defeat your highest unlocked chamber, and then defeat 7 formidable foes. So looking at the rewards, it's nice to see the capacity upgrades again, especially after brewing all this trace tonic, so you have to store more potions. So this looks like a good challenge, and that's what the bonus should be. It should be challenging to players which are more than casual players, because it is for those players. If you're a casual player, don't expect to be able to complete the bonus task. Just walk those portkeys. So tips and opinions, a few opinions I have on this one. Basic extimilos for the brilliant event. The balance can be off as we saw in part 1. So use your basic extimilos to increase your chance of capturing what you need. Yeah, so that might help readdress the balance. And also any extimilo potions basically act as energy. So if you're having energy issues, also proceed through the tasks before going off track and going for the wild Fandables, the challenges and the portkeys. Follow the tasks because you need a number of the Fandables for those anyway, and you don't want to start doubling up on yourself unless you are doing repeat image collection. So once you have placed the images and the page is complete, you can use repeat image collection to earn 1000 XP, Wizarding XP, every time you reach those 15 Fandables. Now with a bit of luck with the portkey ones and the bonus ones, if we get 5 portkeys and place the image, and then if we get the 5 from the bonus round, then with a bit of luck we can repeat image collection that as well for another 1000 XP. So that'll be good. Also, you should have completed part 1 registry as well, so catching more Rons and Harrys and repeat image collecting those will also give you 1000 XP a go. So prepare to cash in. The highest unlocked chamber. Last time this was changed, you didn't have to win. So you could simply jump in, start the chamber, and then just sit back and wait for the timer to run out to collect your reward or count the task, right? The problem is some people didn't do this solo and they sat there with other people and they got a little bit annoyed with that, obviously. People just hanging around and coasting. Now, unfortunately, by design, these types of tasks do encourage people to coast and not join in, especially as past events required people to unlock chambers that were probably higher than their wizarding level. So they coasted up higher than their wizarding level, well, not wizarding level, their skill tree level, and now they're going to have to complete that chamber again, and if they haven't caught up, then they're just going to have to wait and let people do it for them, unfortunately. This is of course assuming they haven't caught up yet. So you could also visit a fortress in real life with real friends. I do not have any real friends. In England you can meet up to 6 people from your household, and as long as you keep 2 meters apart from each other, then you're all good, and outside and everything. And as usual, portmanteaus picked up in part 1 will only yield part 1 rewards, so those portmanteaus that you have now will only ever give you rewards for part 1. And also remember, you can walk portkeys after the event, so you can actually collect them and keep them and walk them later. As long as you complete your tasks, you should be able to complete the registry afterwards. So the dialogue, this has been by far the best dialogue we've had over an entire year. I'm interested in pretty much all the foundable fragments, what they're going to say, especially the pile of runestones and tasks. I want to see how they're explained by game lore. Who sets the tasks? I'm guessing the ministry. I hope so, because I based the whole task force times on that idea. And the pile of runestones, I am curious to see how we get those. Does the Calamity give us those, or is it the ministry giving us those? It's kind of funny how much like core game lore we don't actually know. Like, we use the runestones, we have no idea who they come from, technically. They just appear magically. Well, I guess magically works. I'm also hoping that Constance, Kingsley and Hermione have more to say than I've also had a dream that I was talking to Grimm. Normally this would be fine in the storyline, but we get so little dialogue and so little story that I don't want them to waste any fragments of text or anything like that. So don't forget to like and subscribe, it really kind of helps support the channel. Also share the video, which is quite helpful if you can. Also on Twitter there is a prep card. Hopefully you've seen that to help you prepare for the event. I can knock those out a bit quicker than I can planning a whole video. So hopefully share that, would be nice. I think I'll be doing a live stream of some of the Fortress stuff, with a bit of luck, on Twitch. So keep an ear out on Twitter for that announcement, because obviously I don't know quite when that's going to happen, because it depends on how quickly I get to those tasks. Any corrections and stuff will be in a pinned comment below. Probably an update as the event begins on how balanced those foundables are. So yeah, let me know in the comment below and tell me what you think about this event. If the dialogues think like anything like part 1, then it should be quite good. Although I'm still yearning for more. Hopefully this is just a teaser. We'll get towards the end of the month, we have a few teasers for these events, and then a big chunk of story will come out and things will move on. Perhaps there'll be an investigation into where the blinking heck Grimm is, been held captive for over a year, or will it just be like, oh yeah, that's interesting, let's go back onto normal life. But hopefully things will move on. So on that interesting note, brush up on your spells, get your wands ready, Wizards Unite. Welcome, magical people, to Zealman's Wizarding World, your Wizards Unite place for all the better. Brew 3 healing potions and turn 10 brilliant senior minister Raja.